Alright, this is going to be a beginner's tutorial for someone who is new to the game and just trying to pick up the speedrun, isn't looking to do all the top runners strats, and just wants to get some times in and make improvements that way, which is recommended for someone who's never run the game. One thing I do want to stress before getting into the specifics of running this game is having your frames capped at 120 FPS. Having your frames set to be able to go too high kind of breaks your flagpoles in the game a lot and just makes things a lot weirder. So that being said, you want to download this thing called Nvidia Inspector. You can use this website. There's several other websites that just have the download. The Nvidia Inspector download version 1.9.7.8. I actually have 1.9.7.3 and I haven't updated and it works fine. You can, I think the most recent one will have all the exact same stuff. It looks the same, it just has this extra area which you can show with overclocking or whatever. But you want to get Nvidia Inspector. You then want to go to here on the driver version, you want to go to the profile settings. You want to look for the game's Psychonauts. Oops. Click on it. And you'll see frame rate limiter, which I think defaults to off. You want to change it to 120 FPS. You then want to apply changes, make sure it sticks, and then you're good. One other thing that's not super important, but recommended, is that you don't run the game with Steam open, because the game seems to run a lot slower in general with the game with Steam open. I notice a lot of lag on my part. I don't know how others feel about it, but what you want to do is go to your local disk C, program files, wherever you save your Steam games, Steam apps, common, and you want to take Psychonauts out. You want to move Psychonauts to your desktop or wherever else you want to play it. Then when it's there, find your Psychonauts application, create a shortcut, and put that on your desktop. That way the game will launch without opening Steam, and I'll show you that. So my game has launched. Oops. You'll notice that Steam is not open on my sidebar, it's not down here, and the game is going to run totally fine. Now back to the actual speedrun. Of course, you can do whatever you want. You can learn all the top runner strats right from the get-go and try to do it that way, but that's not going to be the most effective for you to improve your times quickly, which is what you ideally want to do when you're just starting to run a game. If you are looking for the top runner strats, I think the majority of them should be covered in Ian's Inkline. I think his name was still McChicken when he made the video. I don't know if it's under that in our guides. That should have a combination of like easy strats and hard strats. So go to his video if you want to see that. However, I'm going to be showing you the ideal beginner's route when you're first starting to run the game. And this is coming from my own personal standing too, because when I first started to run the game, I tried to learn all of the hardest strats right away. A lot of people do that. I'm not the only one who did that. And it works for some people, but not for everyone. Like, I plateaued pretty quickly and was like at like a frustration level, like about to quit the game. And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go back and learn easier stuff because I know I can get my movement better. I should rely more on easy strats rather than trying to get hard strats perfectly so early on in the game. So that being said, when we start the run, our current rules state that we start the timer when we press enter here on the bunk. You'll see actually that I already did something. When you first come to the bunks, you will start at this bunk. You can get this tiny little glitch, which will save like 1 to 2 seconds if it's done fine. It's obviously not super important, but just a fun little thing to do. You start on this bunk, you go to the third bunk, and then back to the second bunk. Start to overwrite the profile while he's climbing on the bed, and you'll see that he'll straddle this hole. that makes loading into this bunk a slightly faster, which is a tiny time save. It's not a trick, so you might as well do it from the beginning. Like I said, you will begin the timer on file creation. We recently eliminated an old strat of Alt F4ing out of the game and loading back in to skip the tutorial, because that made because of PC performance differences, that made things unfair for certain individuals. So we do this different tutorial skip, which I will show you in a moment, where you click in your left and your right control stick at the same time, and that will bring up the start menu at the time when the music changes and tutorial has begun. And you will notice that audio cue when I do this here. So you will start your timer when you press enter there. You're going to sleep hovering over the side of the bed because Raz is psychic and that's totally a thing he does. Oleander's going to talk to you. You're going to mash through it. And if you'll notice, the audio changed there right before I clicked in my sticks. And you'll get this menu, quit to title, SA, and you will load into that bunk. Like I said, because we've clipped into the bunk a little bit there, if you move your camera to the left here and then back to the bed and enter quickly, he loads before getting all the way into the bed. Okay, you skip this cutscene here and we begin actual movement into the game. Here is where things start to divert between beginner level strats and harder strats. So you will, first of all, a big movement thing in this game is holding left trigger and moving around and flipping. This is big for beginners because if you're not going to do a lot of palms and stuff, the fastest way to move is to flip. I will show you my settings. You do want to have VSync off because later in the run, we have something called flying, which is not something that is easy to do with VSync on. I turn everything off because it's just not necessary, except for shadows, because there is a little trick we do very late in the game at the very end that I use my shadow to gauge. You don't necessarily need it, but it makes things easier. For controls, for navigating the menus, you want to have up and down on the D-pad as in forward and move backward. It makes things easier for menuing. I actually use the control stick because I'm gross, but it makes things a lot easier if you use these. Jump and attack and all that stuff should be normal. Inventory menu, you want to be left and right. I think that's the default though. So, like I said, after the cutscene, you will spawn here. We want to turn to the left and flip in the direction of the porta potty. We're gonna flip all the way up here. You can collect this arrowhead as your first arrowhead. A pop-up will come up. You want to cancel that. You'll flip up here to this whole thing. Jump up, double jump up, and then you will double jump into the center and palm right as you hit the trampoline in order to get a little boost in the air. If you don't do that, it's fine. Not the end of the world. You'll still get up. Not too slow. If you land slower on the ladder, it's fine. Just climb all the way up. Okay. Once we get up here, we are going to jump towards the Psychor and then jump off onto the roof and get a little boost going towards the railing up there. So we'll jump up here. We will cancel that text. Jump as we land on the roof and it gives us a little boost. And then we'll flip our way up the tree. You'll hit a cutscene here, which you'll skip. You get the smelling salts and another little menu. Flip towards Coach Oleander, cancel his text, and enter his mind. Okay, you want to cancel all of the cutscenes. Here you're going to punch Oleander, talk to Fish Boy, I can't remember his name, and get into the movement, okay? Here's where we're going to do lots of flips. So you're going to flip forward. You can flip that gap, but you can't make this gap with a front flip. So you double jump, flip all the way up here, jump across this gap, and then you're going to jump and skip that. So we want to try and skip that figment because it's like a little tiny cutscene, which you can skip, but it's still a time loss. So there is a invisible wall we can jump on here to cross that gap. Again, not the end of the world. If you want to go here, whoops, if you want to land on that figment cutscene, it's fine. Just saves a little bit of time. by not having to do that. Okay, then we will hit the cutscene with the steamer chunk tag, and we're going to jump across the gap. Another cutscene here, you'll cancel, front flip to get these figments, and start going up the ladder. Another big thing for movement in this game is on ladders. We can do a thing called ladder canceling, where you just mash A and B at the same time as you're going up the ladder. So you will jump, and that's a faster way to climb. So jump all the way up. Okay, we will land here. We are going to skip that little down area by climbing the ladder by just straight up jumping over. Hit this figment, hit these figments, climb the pole. We are then going to double jump and not hit the ladder, so we can just completely skip it. There's a cutscene here. When we land here, we're going to turn around and flip into the secret tunnel. Okay, this area you can just flip for a lot of it. Jump, flip, flip, double jump, double jump, double jump, flip, 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 and do some more ladder canceling. Okay, we come out here. We're going to jump up here and do a little delayed jump. Delayed jumps are really big in this run. So we want to delay our jump as long as we can to get the most distance. This one's not too difficult. You can delay your jump and then grab onto this ledge, which skips having to do the very slow crawling across the edge. Okay, you're going to climb up here, double jump here, flip into the tag, and if you do a double jump here, you'll hit both trampolines and grab on this ledge. You're going to flip up to the minefield wall, and here we're going to do some more ladder canceling on this wall. You want to flip to this right side. Once you hit this point, you're going to jump away and then back on, and then just flip the rest of the way up. Here is the Dogon Escort mission, which unfortunately we don't do. You can totally do it if you want, but the best way is to just flip through these mines. Watch out for where you flip. I suggest you just lock on straight ahead and try to flip that way instead of adjusting your camera too much while you're in the minefield. Climb all the way to the end of the pole, exit that thing, jump off, double jump up here, walk through, punch the wall, and flip into the cutscene. Okay, we are coming to a part that is super fun in the run. You can't skip this part. It's called a punching game. Targets are randomized. There's some RNG involved. You have to get 20 points in order to finish this area. And if you get babies, the little green targets that come up, you can hit them because they won't take away points, but they don't give you points. And it makes it actually faster to hit the babies. You get rid of them, so there's a baby there. You can do this whole punching game and not get any babies. I just got one baby there. So the ideal RNG is no babies, and also you can have targets spawn only in the center, really. Just an RNG-based thing. Doesn't waste a huge amount of time if it's not ideal, but so it's not something you would reset over. Okay, we get out of punching game, and we're going to flip here towards this segment, cut that cutscene, flip, flip, flip. About here, you want to double jump up and punch the big target. Okay, I am going to show you turret palm, and then also not turret palm, because either I learned turret palm right away. It's not that difficult once you get it. Palms in this game, once you get consistent with them, are not too difficult. You just have to learn how they work. So I will show you turret palm, flip to the right, flip to the front, get hit, and palm, and delay your jump, double jump. Once you get close enough, the turret stops shooting at you. I will show you the easier way to do it too. You can, I believe, if you come to the right, you can see that the turret is blocked by that suitcase. You can flip front, flip all the way to the suitcase, change your camera a little bit towards that like ice block that's there, and then you'll flip towards the ice block, get hit again, flip towards the turret, and he stops shooting at you. It's slower, but safer for some. You come up here, you don't need the duffel bag tag, I just ran into it. You're gonna palm this area, cancel the cutscene with Bobby coming out, palm this area, jump as you're palming, and you can hit the flagpole usually. You're gonna double jump into the slide. When you're going down the slide, the fastest way to move is to shift your camera to the left. Well, it depends on your inversion, I guess. But shift your camera and your movement stick while punching. One thing you'll notice is I stop punching at a very specific figment in order to get a jump out of the tunnel. That's saves a little bit of time. So if you watch me, I'm gonna punch. Oops. Punch while I'm moving the camera and the control stick. When I hit this yellow grenade, I stop punching. At the edge of this, I jump, double jump, and I can skip that whole bottom area down there. I'm going to show you the original palm to the rails, because that is pretty recommended for a beginner. Rock palm is using those rocks over there. It's more difficult to get the palm because the slant is a little bit weird. So it's pretty frustrating and not really, I mean, it's something, again, you can do whatever you want when you're first running the game, but I personally suggest that you do this easier palm first because there's much of a larger area that's more visible for you to palm off. Okay, you're gonna hit that cutscene, flip forward, and you'll see there's a giant slant here. What we wanna do is double jump and palm, turn our camera down so we can see the rails and land on the rails. We just skipped a pretty big section. Going down the middle is fine. You'll collect extra figments. You'll come out to Bobby. You can jump over him or punch him, either one. We are pretty sure that they're the same time, regardless. You're going to do this area, and you're going to be in Tumbler Room. You are going to front flip your way up. And you're going to hit a cutscene here, okay? The hardest strat in here is going to be a palm. But we're not going to do that. We are going to front flip a few times, shift our camera, front flip, and then jump up the right side of a log that's just turning. So if you watch this, front flip twice. 1, 2, 3 times. 2, 3, and then we can double jump and make it. Okay, we're going to flip down to poles. Jumping on this pole makes you go a little bit faster. Just front flip through the door, and you are leaving basic raining. You'll hit a cutscene here. And this load zone is where we do our first split. Wait. Okay, you will cut through that cutscene. Fastest movement here is to lock on and backflip out. Change your camera, and then you're gonna come over here, and we're gonna do something called Girl Skip. Girl Skip, if you see those girls down there that are just kind of loading in by the exit, if we talk to them, they're gonna take a arrowhead from us. Because in this route you need arrowheads, that's okay. If you end up talking to them, you'll just give them your arrowhead, and you'll be back down to 0 arrowheads. But Girl Skip is not too bad. This slant right here is where we're gonna palm in order to get a big boost to jump over their heads. It's pretty important to delay your jump on this as well, so that you can make sure you keep that boost in the air. So I'm going to double jump, move forward, palm. Oops. Double jump, move forward, palm. Press A as you're landing to get that bunny hop and go over the girls. You will hit Crawler's cutscene here. Span through it with A and B. Okay, we're going to do our first LSD, which is called load save displacement. Essentially, anywhere in the campgrounds that you do LSD, you will end up being placed at lake. So here we front click back twice, hit the cutscene, pause during the fade to black, save, and load that save, and it'll spit us out at the lake. While you're in that cutscene, you actually want to move forward a little bit because it will put you down further. It'll spawn you here rather than up there. Then when we spawn here, we're going to double jump over the rails, collect these 2 arrowheads, front flip, and make sure we hit this wall, because this wall is what triggers the tram system to know that lake is a place that we've been. So make sure you touch the wall in some way, flip to the left, and come through to GPC. Here, we're going to do the bulk of our arrowhead collecting. So this, normally you would load LSD again and it would put you, put you closer to the GPC, but we're not going to do that because we need to get arrowheads. So we're going to front flip out of the cave. You're going to front flip towards this arrowhead, front flip towards this arrowhead, double jump over this little slant, get this arrowhead. You can front flip up this slant. This little part is a little tricky. You're going to kind of jump to the right and then back in towards the card. Ideally, you don't want to hit the card because there's a little pop-up, but it's not the end of the world if you do. So see how I jumped around the tree? Then you're gonna jump up here, climb the vines. Oops. Climb the vines. Pick up the telescope, the pirate scope. Grab that figment, or arrowhead, arrowhead, arrowhead. Then you're gonna drop down. Pick up this arrowhead, jump to this rock, pick up this arrowhead, jump down, pick up this arrowhead, flip, double jump, flip, cutscene, cancel, double jump around this tree, pick up this arrowhead, this arrowhead. We can do a cool little palm here off of this slant to get across faster. Pick up this arrowhead, flip, 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 this arrowhead, and we want to be at like 40-ish when going here. This next skip is called Maloof Skip. There is a cutscene where Maloof is being bullied, right? He's stuck in this thing. And there's a cutscene of him like thanking you after you open it. However, if you press X, then Y, then B in a circular motion, what I like to do is just roll my thumb over it. If you'll notice on my controller capture, you will hit Maloof Skip almost every time. So I just roll my thumb. Oh! I love how I said I'd get it every time and I didn't get it. So like I said, you're gonna roll your thumb over X, Y, and B. I'm actually gonna save here, just in case it doesn't wanna let me do it. Okay, see? He is now stuck in the floor. You are up here instead of being moved down there. You can double jump in. Cancel that, open your inventory menu. Press Y on Sasha's button, Y on the, and don't move, because if you move, then you're no longer selecting the floor, and it's kind of harder. Press Y, and you'll open it. It's in Maloof's face, and you'll go into Sasha's lap. Cancel that cutscene. Here we are gonna get that fossil over there, so we're gonna come down here to where these papers are. Double jump up to this corner. Sometimes you can either land up here or just grab the ledge. Either way is fine. You are going to delay your jump here so that you can land up here with fossil, or grab the ledge if you don't make it. Totally fine too. Flip off the edge towards Sasha. Be careful because when you talk to him, this big tumbler comes down and you don't want to get stuck in it. So you don't want to be too close to it. Press Y on him and you'll hit the cutscene. And then Y to enter the great tumbler. We're going to flip over to Green Tumbler Experiment. There's a cutscene there you want to cancel. Hold left trigger here. You're gonna move to the right, get this red figment, move to the left, get these two figments, and by then the door should either be opened or pretty close to opening. That depends on your frame rate, and I think some other things, because I have my frames capped and it still moves at a different time to other people. You're gonna flip into the caravan, hit the wall 3 times, cancel that cutscene, flip to the left. Hopefully you want to get that yellow bird. And this first time we're gonna go up the left side. When you get up here, you want to punch these guys. That arrowhead went far. I'm not going to get it. And get these arrowheads. You're going to come back through a second time, so you don't need to get all the figments that are necessary. Oh, I'm at 49. You're going to hit that load zone with the fish and come out. You get placed closer to the log when you talk to Sasha here, so if you press Y, then cancel immediately. You get placed a little closer, flip into the log, hit A 3 times, scroll down to Ford's Sanctuary, and go there. Here, he's going to talk to you. You can press B right at the beginning of the conversation. Sasha says, I need to learn how to fight better. After you select that, you can then mash A and B to cancel all your stuff. Now you have the learner's permit. You're going to flip back to the log. You should go to Agent 9's lab. That should be the default, unless you messed up your dialogue somewhere. Front flip, talk to Sasha. I again do another finger roll, thumb roll, where I do a YBA. And that puts me, and then cancel that cutscene again. And that puts you in Sasha's. Okay, Sasha's mind is kind of tricky. There's a lot of palms. Again, the slower your movement is, the least ideal, but it's also not the end of the world. So if you don't get the palms the first time, it's probably better to just front flip the rest of the way, rather than repeatedly trying to do the same palm over and over again. That's gonna, in the long run, be more of a time loss than a save. One thing we learned here is that when we front flip and shoot, we can still move while shooting our Psy Blast. So that is what we want to do here. When we spawn here, you want to lock on, flip, flip, flip. Cancel the cutscene. Now they're in a certain order. You want to make sure you hit 1, then 2, then 3. So 1, 2, 3. I'm kind of bad at doing the front flip stuff. You're going to front flip and hit that sensor. The faster you do it, the faster the cutscene happens. Jump up to the little health thing, cancel that. Oh. I don't know. Usually it cancels it and puts you like still on here. Then you're going to flip to the sensor. Press Y to activate it and B to cancel the activation. So just smash it. And now we're into the actual mine. This part can be a little bit tricky. I'm actually pretty bad at some of the palms, so don't judge me too hard. You're gonna flip up to this palm, this edge, and you're gonna do a palm at the edge. So double jump, palm, and come off the palm with A. You don't have to double jump actually. Land here. I'm gonna kill these sensors. There we go, and hit the target. Cancel that. You're gonna palm off this edge again too, if there's not a sensor there. And jump off the bed and hopefully land here so that you can hit the target. If that goes slower for you, that's fine. That's taken me literally a year to get even remotely okay at. There's another palm here. So it's not too bad if you actually hit the palm. And then you're gonna hit that target there. You can jump up here, target that target, and hit it. Okay, cancel all these cutscenes. Here we can just do a simple long jump up here. Sometimes you'll grab, sometimes you'll make it, depends on the jump. You're gonna come down here, be careful of the sensors that are shooting at you. Jump across, hit that target, jump up to this shoebox. Again, careful of the sensors that target. Depending on your timing, they won't hit you, but if it's bad timing, then you might get smacked off. Climb up here, target the target instead of the sensor, and hit the sensor. Okay, flip up here. We don't need to do a palm here. We're just gonna do a delayed jump and hit that target that's right there. Cancel the cutscene, and now Mega Sensor is out here. We are gonna target this target, flip to the side. Target this target, flip to the side. Flip forward. Change your camera, flip forward. Targeting in this part is kind of tricky because the Mega Sensor is really easily targeted. We want to hit him and flip whenever he hits you. I have him on the edge right now, so he's being abused. I'm gonna save here and show you another way to the way I normally do the fight. So he's dead now, but normally we're gonna hit the target again. Yeah. Okay. Normally, so flip, 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 flip. Okay, cancel the cutscene. Flip to the side, hit, 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 flip to the side, and it depends. Sometimes he'll target you again and sometimes he won't. You can actually hit him a few times when he stamps you as well. It's more of a time loss when he stamps you and you don't get to hit him, so you just try to do it without getting hit. It's very tricky. If it annoys you, don't get too upset because it annoys everyone. Okay, you're gonna cancel the cutscene and you're gonna come in here and go back into Brain Tumbler. We're gonna flip around the side and go back to Brain Tumbler Experiment. This time, we're gonna go up the right side because we wanna get as many figments as we can. Later in the run, we need to be rank 20 to get telekinesis. So we're trying to get as many figments on the way as possible. Now, these don't have arrowheads anymore. This one does, so that's good. Because now I need to be at 50 arrowheads. I'm at 56. You only need to be at 50 in order to get the Dowsing Rod later. You're gonna hit that fish figment of your imagination, and then flip up here to the vine. Jump up here, grab. What I like to do is hold left trigger here, flip to the side, cancel the cutscene, and then don't even re-trigger again, just do it. There's a little palm you can do here to save time at the front of that rock. If you don't get that palm, and also not the end of the world, you can just flip up to this area or move normally. Okay, it's suggested that you hit that big figment as you're moving. Again, Brain Tumbler is really bad with sensors. You can do a little palm here off this edge to get more momentum, and I bonked a little bit there, but as you can see, I'm moving a little bit faster with these bunny hops. You can palm off this edge to get some more movement. Again, not super necessary at the beginning.
Don't worry, Dogon.
You can just do normal flip movement, but this boost brain sucks in particular because there's a lot of these explodey guys and a lot of sensors. So you just have to be wary of that. Whenever you're targeting, you'll usually target them by accident. Okay, we come up here, we cancel the cutscene. There's another, we can do another palm off this edge. Do some bunny hops up the vine. And we're just gonna front flip up the tree. Be careful of your front flips here because you can just completely front flip off the edge. We want to front flip all the way up to the thing. I don't even know what that is. And it'll take us out of the cutscene. We now have the Oarsman's badge and we are gonna go to the lake so that we can do Mia's. So in the log, we're gonna scroll down to lake. And it's gonna spit us out here. There is a cutscene that you can hit around here. Yep. See, and it's kind of in different places. I feel like it's like in different weird places. Sometimes you can hit it and sometimes you don't. So if you want to try and not hit it, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna double jump up here. Double jump up here. I like to front flip here, and then you'll hit the Psychonauts comic. It's another item for Scavenger Hunt. The reason we're collecting Scavenger Hunt items is because it will give us, I think, 5 ranks automatically when we turn it in later. So that'll get us closer to rank 20. Right about this edge, we're going to do a palm to that rock with the Psychor on it. Oh god, that was a really bad palm. You also don't want to overshoot it, which is why I was a little too careful there. Because if you overshoot it, you're just going to go straight into the lake. So you don't want to do it on like a huge slanted surface, which would be like down here if you don't want to do it that far usually. I usually do it right here. And if you, yeah, there we go. So we hit the Psychor because that gives us 1 rank. We're going to double jump, we're going to palm off this surface and go all the way to Mia. Okay. And land on the docks or whatever, and you're gonna press Y and talk to her, and you'll enter her mind. Here is when things get crazy. If your frames are capped at 120 and you have VSync off, you should be able to fly pretty easily. Flying is a big thing in this game. After this point, it's actually, I mean, it's not a huge thing, but it's pretty useful. Flying involves being in the air, holding left trigger, mashing LB, left button, and A and B at the same time. So you never want to let go of left trigger. Actually, it's possible you don't even need to. No, you do. Okay. Yeah, so you don't want to let go of that trigger, and you want to mash LB and AB, and that'll just continuously give you height as long as you're not too close to like an obstacle. Sometimes you'll lose your height if you're like really close to a wall or really close to a bar, like an object of some kind. I didn't mean to collect that figment. You don't collect that figment. Okay, so you will get on your ball up here, go here, and jump, talk to this guy. Well, it's not, you're not talking to him, but there's a cutscene when you hit him. Cancel it, get back on your ball by pressing LB. You will grab this figment and float through these rings, which opens up that. Here we're gonna get on our ball. Here we're gonna do a big bowl skip by palming off the walls with the ball. So if you'll watch me, I'm gonna stay to the left side of this and then jump to the right, palm off that wall. It'll put you back down, palm off the next wall. It'll put us in pretty high in the air, and then that way we can hit up to the very top, hopefully with the least amount of flying necessary. And if we get a really good boost, you can get pretty high. So we're gonna jump off the left side, palm here. That was really bad. Palm here, and you'll see you can get some height. Like I said, mine was really bad, so I'm gonna have to fly all the way up here, but you want to fly to this little cutscene. Okay. Then we want to get on our ball, and this thing will hit us. We're gonna go to this platform, cancel our ball. Make sure you cancel your ball, or else you might get like messed up here. Get back on your ball, jump, fly some more straight up and go through this door. Again, trying to collect as many figments as possible. We want to get these two, this one. Ignore these baddies, this one. We're gonna palm off this bowl on the right side and come up the bowl on the left side. And we can either grab or get up here pretty easily. Then you're gonna just want to jump and fly. Some people try to get those star figments in the middle, but I'm usually pretty good on figments by this point. I don't find it necessary. If you want to grab those figments for extra stuff, you can. You're gonna fly and go through the load zone. Now we're in race, and race is the worst. I'm gonna show you the way I do race because it's actually I do it pretty slow actually. I would call my race a beginner's race, even though I've been running the game for a year. Race involves a lot of bunny hopping through those speed boosts because you can get a lot of momentum rather than just being on the wall when you bunny hop. So I'm gonna start the race. We want to beat Bobby, which is the most important thing, right? You're gonna go through this. You're gonna stay on your ball up until this second area on the right. You can jump to get these figments if you want. You jump, cancel, and now we're gonna bunny hop our way to freedom. Again, bunny hopping involves pressing A about right as you are hitting the ground. We're gonna bunny hop through these. Bunny hop to this right side, double jump, get on your ball, jump off that side, continue to bunny hop. Hopefully not bonk here. Yep, go through these. Collecting as many figments as we can, but we don't need to, like, it's not the end of the world if we don't. You can get on your ball there, do a little safer jump, just in case so you don't bonk your head. Continue to jump, bunny hop, oops, bunny hop, and I'm gonna get on my ball here because I missed that upper area, which you can get, but the safest way is to just try not to bonk. That's the most important thing. Here we can stay on our ball to do the safer, more beginners one. Once we get to this shoe, we're gonna cancel our ball, bunny hop up to this trampoline. As you'll see on the left, Bobby is pretty far behind us. We're gonna hold left after that trampoline, mash A for another bunny hop, and then cancel the cutscene because we won. Okay, when we spawn here, we're gonna get on our ball, jump up, and fly. Oh no, I have the weird camera angle. Fly up to these bubbles. See, this weird camera angle messes me up. Okay, fly up to these bubbles. Press Y on this, which will activate the floating. Get on your ball, do a little bit of a jump off here. We want to hit the middle ring if we can. Then go through the first ring and float back towards the last ring, cancel that cutscene, float, get on your ball, punch through this wall, and get to Mia. And here is where we split. Oh, also we split at the end of Sasha. I don't know if I mentioned that. Okay, here we have a route change in the recent year. You're gonna talk to Mia again and go back into her mind by pressing A. Cancel all this stuff. You're gonna jump up to the right side. There should be a figment here. I collected it already, but you're gonna collect that figment. Jump up here and you're gonna talk to Oatmeal because Oatmeal helps you get around the world. Every level will be able to, if you talk to Oatmeal on every level, you can go to the collective unconscious. That's what we're gonna do. When we go to the collective unconscious, we then get to skip having to go all the way up back to Brain Tumbler Experiment, and we can just enter it here. Okay, here we are going to, I usually double jump, oops, to try and get that fish figment. If you are low on ammo, you want to have like a 4 to 5 ammo. I have 30 right now because I've been, messing around, but you can usually get ammo from these guys. Sometimes they're arrowheads. Not the end of the world if you don't have ammo. You can actually get ammo in the next fight, but yeah. Once you get to here about, you want to jump, and we're gonna, oh, I don't want to do that. You're gonna jump and fly. For some reason I feel like my flying is not too bad. I like to try and hit this, I feel like my flying is really bad today. You want to try and hit that purple figment, and then hit all the way to this load zone, cancel the cutscene, press Y to enter Brain Tank. Okay, Brain Tank fight should happen in 4 cycles. It's not too difficult. The only thing that's difficult Well, first of all, you hit that. Let him hit that wall, and he'll start to let you punch him after just one. When the other cycles, you have to wait for him to do it twice. So let him target you. The first time he targets, he usually locks on pretty fast. The second time he targets, it's usually slower. The only thing you want to avoid in this is the confusion grenades, because those can mess you up pretty bad. So you want to try and avoid those as much as possible. And you're just going to hit his gelatinous belly. Wait for him to target you. You want to hit behind rocks. We try to put him in this one specific corner because it just makes hitting him afterwards easier. So, that's fine. It doesn't matter if you get hit or not. Okay, that's third cycle. This should be the last time that he has to do it. You can go to the right side, have him hit that. Avoid your confusion grenades that just fly everywhere at this point. Okay, have him target you, hit this left one. Front flip forward. And hit him for the last little bit. Then he hits his second phase. You can cancel that cutscene, flip forward. Hit him 4 times? 5 times. Flip forward, hit him again. Flip towards him, hit him. You get on your ball also to move a little bit faster. And then that's the end of the fight, and we split at this zone. Your splits can be anywhere you want, but that's where most of us do it. Okay, we're gonna cancel that cutscene, and now we're gonna do Scavenger Hunt, which is super fun. We're gonna get on our ball and go through the log, and we're gonna go up to main lodge. This is also where the beginner and more advanced route deviates, because we need to pick up the Dowsing Rod in order to get enough arrowheads to later have Cobweb for the very end of the game. So we're gonna come up here, go to Lodge. While we're in Lodge, you can get this Scavenger Hunt item. I think because we already have the telescope and the fossil, it's not necessary. So we're just going to talk to Crawler. If you're low on Scavenger Hunt items, though, like if you miss the fossil or something, you can get that one easily. Okay, we're going to buy the Dowsing Rod, which we will use in the Linda auto-scroller to get the rest of our necessary arrowheads. We need 900 in order to get the Cobweb Duster later. Once we come out, we're going to come to this side, get this Scavenger Hunt item, jump out, fly up to the roof. Jump up here and get the Psychor, get on your ball again, jump off the roof, and we kind of, it's almost like a bunny hop here, and fly to the Eagle Claw. That looks really cool. It's honestly not as hard once you like practice it. It's pretty swift movement as long as you're just like continuously moving. Here we're gonna get on our ball. Oops, sometimes that campfire can cancel your ball, so you just get back on it. Fly up here. Get to the honey. Target the hive. Go up here, jump off of this. And sometimes you'll hit it, or you'll have to like get on your ball or fly or whatever. We're gonna go up here. Put the ball underneath us. Put the ball underneath us. Put the ball underneath us. Get a little boost off that edge. And come over to this Psychor. Okay, we're then gonna roll off to the right side and do a little jump around. And now we have completed the first half of our Scavenger Hunt, which is all the items that we need to do. So we're just gonna, didn't need to grab there. We're just gonna go to the next load zone. If you're missing a Scavenger Hunt item, you can also get the cherry pipe right here. Okay, and I'm gonna fly over this area to GPC. Ooh. I'm gonna fly over this area to GPC. Okay, once we get here, we are going to go into that little log house. So get on your ball, do a little jump off this log, jump up to this house, get another Psychor, jump out of the house, talk to Crawler. Okay, we turned in our Scavenger Hunt. It gives us 4 extra ranks, so now we are at 18, rank 18. I believe we're like ahead on Figments because I've been, you know, taking my time. A lot of Figments have like come to me, so around here you want to be like rank 17, rank 18. Come around to the side, jump in the log, goes to Lake, and this is where we split after Scavenger Hunt. Okay, cancel the cutscene, get on your ball, jump here, and then we're gonna fly a little bit so that we can completely skip having to do all that stuff, and go into the underwater area where we're about to do Linda auto scroller. Okay, cancel the cutscene, get on your ball, jump, and fly up to this rope. Grab it on, cancel the cutscene. Here's one box. 2 boxes. And that's all she's gonna give me? Oh, I did it the last second. So you have to get 3 boxes there to end her first cycle. Sometimes she can only give you 2 boxes in that first area. So you'll have to wait for her to spit out more, which is a time loss. There is a lot of RNG involved in Linda Autoscroller. Okay, here we are about to get to the first part that you need to use your Dowsing Rod to get the arrowheads. So you're gonna open your inventory, get the Dowsing Rod out, and you'll notice it'll vibrate more or make louder noises when you're closer to the arrowheads. The arrowhead is over here. You can hear it get louder. Right behind this, you need to mash Y, and you just got 460 arrowheads, which is pretty insane because it's a deep pocket. There's another deep pocket in Auto Scroller that we're going to pick up at the end of Auto Scroller. These 2 are very important. You really can't, you can, but it's going to lose you so much time if you don't get these 2 deep pockets. There's other places that have deep pockets, but the deep pockets are only like 200 or so, and it would just waste so much time doing it that way rather than just getting an Auto Scroller. So if you forget at the beginning, you might as well just save and reload. Or reload the save. Or you can make it up later in Campsite if you know where some deep pockets are, but it's very annoying. Okay, this part is an auto scroller. Like I said, there's no real skips we can do, so you just follow along and you sing to the music, you talk to the lobsters,
I think I see a piece of teriyaki salmon jerky.
you torment the lobsters.
Why don't you go eat that instead?
You punch the clams, you do whatever the heck you want. Oh, you don't go through the water though, because that does definitely waste time. So don't be too impatient, like I am. We're about to come to the second part, which has the most RNG with Linda, probably. She can give you 3 boxes. She can give you 0 boxes. She can give you like 7 boxes. We need 3 in order to do the first cycle quickly. If she doesn't give you 3, it takes like 10 to 12 seconds for her to spit more boxes out and then suck them in. So it's very annoying. So we're gonna cancel the cutscene when it comes up here. Right when this little part shows this part. I'm gonna cancel. And just gonna spit some boxes out. We're gonna see if she loves us today. There's 1 box. 2 boxes. 3 boxes. Linda loves us. This does not happen a lot. So you're gonna punch right as she starts to suck. Punch this box. There's this box. If she doesn't give you 3 right away, sometimes you can find extra ones lying around that get sucked in as she's sucking in, so you want to like run around and see if you can find them. If not, you'll just have to wait for her to spit more out. She can be kind of rude and not give you any boxes, which can be very frustrating, but it's RNG, so what can you do? We're gonna just like sit through the rest of this auto scroller. The last pocket for the arrowheads is going to be when we start to punch the walls at the end on these like little railing areas. So we're just gonna chill out and wait. You want to be careful here and not actually take that rail because you'll get stuck on the floor, so you can jump over it, you can get on this wall, or just like float over it. Again, trying not to hit the water. Same thing here, you don't want to jump too early or else you'll hit the water, so excuse me. You'll usually want to like get on your ball and float across. I'm gonna jump up here. And we're coming to the part. Okay, you're gonna hit 5 of these walls, then get out your dowsing rod and mash as fast as you can. So we're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get out your dowsing rod, mash, and you should have 900 arrowheads. So now we have all the arrowheads we need to get the cobweb duster for the very end of the game when we go into the circus. We're gonna write these rails down. And now we're gonna wait for Linda to do her little fight with us. Okay, we want to get in this clam first. You can get on your ball to get some faster punches, or you can just punch her normally. And then you're gonna flip backwards to this last clam. Make sure you don't hit the clams before she gets here, or else they close. And go here, get your door, and go in her brain, and that's usually where we split. Okay, or in Lungfish, which has the slowest movement in the entire game. The fastest is still to front flip until we get to a point where we can have the water grab us, which will give us a little bit of a boost. But still, you're gonna move pretty slow. It's annoying. You get shot at by tanks. I think it's like the worst level ever. I love this level as like a level because it's fun and cool, and the voice lines are hilarious. But as far as the speedrun goes, it's very annoying. Especially if you're doing rank 101. Don't even get me started. So you're gonna front flip here. Try and get that purple figment. Front flip here, you're gonna hit a cutscene, and then punch the prison there, and it releases these guys, and you're gonna cut this cutscene. Now we have shield. If you do all that too fast, sometimes you like soft lock and don't get the shield, or it like doesn't equip. Either one of those things, and then you can just reload the save real quick and get the shield. Then you're gonna front flip, get this figment, lock on, front flip. You want to try and not re-lock onto things too much, because you will lock onto tanks, and it's very annoying. You're gonna front flip here. I'm gonna explain this before I do it. Here we're gonna front flip into the tunnel, use the shield, try to front flip and shoot the little zone, the cutscene buildings. I don't know how else to phrase that. These buildings that start the cutscene that moves the blimp. We want to try and do all this while targeting in one direction without retargeting a tank, because it's super annoying if you target a tank and try to flip around. So, front flip, shield. Oop, see, we just targeted a tank. Try to, nope, targeted a tank. Front flip forward, we want to hit these buildings and get the cutscene. Okay, we're going to go out to the right side a little bit, front flip backwards, so hopefully the tanks don't hit us. Turn our camera and refocus target. We're going to flip up this way, flip up onto this building, and there should be another cutscene right here. Now we've got these laser tanks. I'm going to explain this little skip right here. Another thing that's not super necessary, if you mess it up, it's not the end of the world, but it's a fun little skip to do. It's not a hard skip to do, so I'm going to explain it, even though this is like, because it's okay for beginners to do. This is called Jag Skip because Jag found it. The laser tank that's about to shoot at me, if you shield against him, you reflect his laser. If you get the angle right, you can hit that, I can't show you very well, but that tank by the blimp, the laser by the blimp, and hitting that laser and destroying it lets you skip all the way to blimps without having to hit the laser and flip over there and be slow, because like we said, Lungfish is the slowest movement in the entire game. So here I'm going to line this up. I'm gonna wait for him to hit me again. I want to line this up so that the laser hits the turret. I think I got it. Yep. So we skipped having to go all the way over there. Again, not the like biggest time save ever. If you don't get it, don't reset over it. Just flip up to the turret, destroy it, like that, and then you want to flip up to the blips. Okay, we're gonna jump up here. One thing we want to do here is double jump to the top and then palm here, and that lets you get on top without having to grab the pole and move really slow.
What are you doing up there?
Which I'm for some reason not able to get right now. Not the end of the world if you grab the poles, so I'll just do that. It just moves pretty slow. There's a way for you to palm on the blimps, and then you can get a boost up to the top without having to do that. Here is where we want to get grabbed by the water gypsy, because if you'll notice, we now move quite a bit faster. Still pretty slow, but faster than before. Okay, you get grabbed by the water gypsy, jump off. We want to jump up to this tower, jump off that tower, over here. Again, we're still trying to collect as many pigments as we can. I'm really good on ranks right now, but you will probably not be as good. Again, like I said, we've been pausing a lot, so like I'm getting more pigments than usual. Here we want to jump to the over to this load zone and let the water grab us. Okay, we're gonna jump here. And here we want to do something called plane. We're gonna do plane skip by jumping that direction straight ahead where I'm facing, and canceling the cutscene very fast will stop the planes from spawning. If you don't get it, it's okay. You can kill the planes or ignore them, but they're super annoying when you're climbing up the top of the tower to do plane skip to hit the load zone over there. I'm going to show you. So, if I can actually jump. You're going to jump, double jump, and cancel this cutscene as fast as you can. And I think I skipped, yeah, I skipped the planes. So now we're going to grab up this tower. We could do our ladder canceling jumps up to here, to this front little building. We are going to do a skip by hitting that load zone over there, from delaying our jump and shooting as we're coming down, because that will keep us in the air for longer. So if you'll watch, I'm going to double jump, delay my jump, shoot, and hit the load zone. Okay, here we're going to do the Coach Hammer fight. I'm actually going to save it just because. This fight has a little bit of RNG at the beginning, depending on how quickly he shoots a laser beam at you. We can still do the front flip with the side blast, or we can still do the flips with the side blast, and that's what we are going to do to hopefully skip having to do multiple cycles on him, and we can one cycle Coach Hammer by getting him down quicker and then waiting while he's punching us, or kicking us rather, so that we can punch him and kill him without waiting for him to get back in the air. You'll see all of this as I show you. It's harder to explain with words. If you get on your ball while you're talking, you will cancel your text, so that makes it go a little bit faster. We're going to punch these buildings so that they're not too far in the way. They also give us ammo and health. Here's the best RNG. We're going to flip backwards and shoot, and that gets him down on the floor immediately. He's going to mighty ram me into the corner, and I was too far in the corner, so he left. Okay, we're still fine. Okay, cool, that's fine. Oh no! He's not far enough in the corner! Hit him twice. And then wait for him to kick you, and you can just kill him in one shot. That was not the prettiest Coach Hammer fight to show you, but it's essentially what we do to one cycle him. If you don't one cycle him, not the end of the world either too. We're gonna come out here and do some ladder canceling on this very slow climb. And when we hit the load zone at the top is when we split for one fish. Split. Okay, now we're gonna jump up here, get on our ball, jump up here, fly a little bit. You want to grab this Psychor, because usually we'll be at 19, rank 19. I was already at 20 just because I collected a lot of extra stuff. We need to be at rank 20, either before we enter Void or right at the beginning of being in Void, because that's when we need to make it out and get our powers. We're going to go to our inventory, get the door, and go into Milk Mia. Cancel this cutscene, come up here, punch this. If you get it right, you can actually punch that thing here while punching the door. If you don't do it at the same time, just punch another thing. Sometimes they give you ammo, sometimes you give you arrowheads. You want ammo because we need ammo in a little bit. Okay, go over to him, use clairvoyance on him, and cancel the cutscene and leave his house. Get on your ball. This you can do very slow, or you can do the skip that everyone does. I'll show you both. If it's your very first run, super cool if you don't want to do it. The slowest way would be to just get the stop sign, come through this way.
Hello, fellow road crew worker. Welcome to the road crew.
Oh. Stop talking to her. And then go to sewer, because we're going to do a sewer skip. That's the slowest way. The fastest way, which is not that difficult, it's just annoying if you don't get it perfect. You jump off this area, get a little boost off this roof, jump at that edge. You can shoot to get a little more distance. And then we're going to fly into this load zone. Not load zone. And fly into this area. And that skips having to get the stop sign, do the stop sign, and walk through all that area. If you want to just use the stop sign and walk through it, go for it. Okay, here we're going to do something called sewer skip, which is a really cool skip that we can skip like a bunch of stuff. So we're going to jump. I like to float so that I don't miss it as much. Land on here, and the load zone's right about there. Sometimes it can be finicky to hit it, but you just want to hit it. Right here, we want to be able to go to Den Mother and fight her. But before we can do that, we need to, in this route, get Cobweb and do our powers. So here we would go to our inventory, get Bacon, and he's going to tell us that he can take us back. We're going to say yes. And now we're going to do our little powers cutscene. Okay, pyrokinesis. We're just going to set these little tents on fire. You can do a quick audio skip by hitting him or shooting him right at the end of that cutscene. And that skips having to wait for him to talk. Not a big skip. You can do it if you want. You don't have to. Telekinesis. We're just going to move the trash can. Nothing we can really skip here. Oops. Pressing B will just get rid of any cutscenes that come up. This last little one. Throw it at the caravan. Throw it at the sensor. And we're good. Okay, here is where I think the fastest way is to talk to him once.
Are you ready? Yes.
Okay. Then we get on our ball. And instead of going back, we have to go to Main Lodge. Oops. To get our cobweb duster. Okay, so we're just gonna go back up to Main Lodge. Oh god. Okay. Talk to Cruller. Give me that cobweb duster. Sold to the big-headed kid with the gloves. There's some RNG in his talk too. That's the longest voice line you can get. We're gonna go fly back into the log. Go back to Ford. And he will put us exactly where we just beaconed out. Over to him, press A. Okay, now we're gonna get our ball. We're gonna skip the telephone pole thing by just flying up to it. We're gonna ride the rails. Be careful, don't just completely space out here because you can get knocked off by these little electrical things. So you want to jump over them. You can punch them too, but I'm bad at that, so I just jump. Okay, we're coming on to Den Mother. It's good that we have telekinesis now because we can skip the part where she makes us blind, like where we can't see anything and we have to use clairvoyance on her. If on the third time you hit her, you grab her with telekinesis, she will not make you blind. Here we want to activate the door, which will make the girl come out. We don't have invisibility, so we can't just stand here and wait for the door to open. The girl will shut the door on us. What we want to do is activate the door, stand over here, lock on, and then we'll shoot her as she comes out. So we'll show you. Put over here. We're gonna try and target her before she comes out. And then we're gonna flip into her and shoot her. Now we're in the area. We can do this. There is, I think, a consistent way to do this to make sure that she doesn't jump away from you once, but I don't know what it is. I think Ian maybe explains it in his video. Here on this third time, I'm going to hit and then grab her with telekinesis, and now I'm not blind like she normally would make you. We're still just gonna hit her. Be careful not to jump off the edge. I do that a lot because I'm dumb. And it looks like she's gonna like us today and not give us the last one where she jumps away. So we just hit her in 6 times, I think. And she's dead. And there we split there for Milkman. Okay, here we come out and we are going to skip Gloria. We're gonna do another LSD. If you get the bad one, it sucks. I'll actually show you how to recover from the bad one just because I feel like everyone should know how to do that because the bad one sucks. So here we're going to cancel the scene from Gloria. And as we go through here, when it fades to black, we're going to save and load. And that will LSD and put down the, that puts down the elevator and skips all of the other mines. You don't have to do Gloria, don't have to do Edgar, don't have to do Fred. It's amazing. You don't have to do the Asylum climb. We just go straight to the top. However, if you do it wrong, aka if you go through this area by accident and then LSD, you can get bad LSD. I think there's some other ways you can get bad LSD. I'll show you good LSD. And then I'll show you bad LSD. So good LSD. Was it this one? Yeah. Good LSD, you'll see that the world turns red. And now the elevator is down and open and we can just get in it and go straight up. Let me show you bad LSD. Like I said, bad LSD happens when you accidentally go through the load zone or do some other things. I'm not sure of all the ways you can get bad LSD. So I'm going to accidentally go through. Then I'm going to go back. Because I've done this before where you accidentally don't pause and then you go through the zone and then you try to do LSD. And when you do LSD this way, you get bad LSD where you have to immediately fly and try to recover back to the area because you will spawn out of bounds and be falling. So let me show you. Okay, you're gonna immediately want to fly, and you want to try to go towards this center because as you can see, that's actually like the center of the ground. So here, I'm back and I recover. It's annoying, especially if you're really not very good at flying, but it works. Okay, then we're gonna take the elevator all the way up. We're gonna flip up the asylum top, cancel these cutscenes, cancel, get the cake, get on your ball, jump over the edge of this curtain, and we're gonna show the cake to Pokelope, our favorite friend. Actually, you don't have to skip this little cutscene because he moves in the cutscene, so you can watch it if you want. Then you're gonna telekinesis him out, get him, and flip towards the man, Dr. Lovato. Let's get that cutscene, get on your ball, jump over again. Telekinesis that brain into the brain tank. Hit Lily with a Psy Blast. If you don't have any ammo, you can just smack her. Change your powers into fire, and leave telekinesis and levitation. And there's a load zone. And we're going into brain tank 2. I'm gonna try and show you the most optimal way to fight brain tank 2. I'm gonna save here at the very beginning so that I can reload if I need to. Brain Tank 2 can be very difficult, especially as you're starting out. It's just finicky with the rocks and throwing things and stuff, and like you'll understand once you actually run the game. So first we're gonna grab this rock and burn the area. A lot of times you'll get kicked out. You'll have to run to the side, get the rock, and then you can put your rock in. The third cycle is the worst for trying to get it quickly. Okay, you'll see that it changes directions too, so you want to change the direction that you smack the rocks at it. This is actually a good one. See, I did that one pretty quickly. It also depends on the RNG of which rocks come up and all that stuff, and the timing on all that. Okay, this was the hardest. You should probably go as far as you can. And then I'm actually gonna try to hit that rock. Yep! Ooh! I got it quickly. So that just takes a lot of practice. I don't really have very many tricks or like advice to tell you about that, rather than to just practice it. Save there, load there a million times, and practice it. Brain Tank 2 sucks. Ian, who has second place and had a world record for a while, sucks at Brain Tank 2. So like you can definitely be good. You want to split here usually. And we're gonna be here. Usually the advanced players will do another LSD here, which is really hard to do, and it's Cobweb Skip. But we have Cobweb, so we don't have to do that. We're gonna grab the Cobweb Duster, get on our ball, grab the Cobweb. And we are in Meat Circus. Okay, we can skip all of this bullcrap by doing some pretty cool stuff. So here we're gonna fly up here. You can do a little boost off of that wall, or you can just straight up fly up, either one. And we're gonna come here. You'll see that there is a bit of a slant here, so what we're gonna do is palm with our ball, and it's gonna give us a huge boost going off of this area, so that we can skip all the bullcrap rails and go right into the tent. So let me show you. You're gonna palm right off this edge. And see, I have a big boost. I'm gonna jump. And to be safe, I'm gonna float down, hit the rails, and then we're gonna go fight Dad. Skips a lot of crap. Okay, here we want to equip shield. We can leave telekinesis on that button and levitation on the other button. Here, to do the fastest cycles, we're gonna let him do that, shield. Then we're gonna let him kick us 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jump back and walk to the right. He will put his hammer down, or cleaver, I guess. You can go on his arm and hit him. Okay. The second and third cycles, you have to let him kick you 9 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm pretty sure Ian swears up and down that doing it like letting him just like naturally hit you and do all those cycles is faster, but I think Eric timed it and it is faster to just let him kick you. It's boring, but it's faster. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, jump on him and he's dead. Okay, here we're gonna do a big old dad skip. I was talking about those shadows earlier. We need those shadows on. Well, we don't need them technically, but I need them on. So I'm an idiot. We're gonna flip up here. Sometimes we can get a little bit of a boost and not have to hit the swords. If you do, it's not the end of the world. Okay. I'll save here, just in case, to show this. Okay, there is a really cool skip. We can skip all the dad climbing crap by palming on the trampoline where he is standing right now and hitting the zone that he jumps to at the same time of him, confuses him, and puts us all the way at the top. You want to not palm straight in the middle of the trampoline. You actually want to palm with your shadow kind of like a little closer to the front of the trampoline. Not like too far closer, but not quite in the middle. Too far in the middle, you'll just get knocked off and it won't actually work for you. But I will show you right now. We're gonna double jump, palm in the center, but not completely in the middle, if that makes sense. Like a little closer to the camera, and you'll see the camera goes all weird because it thinks that Dad and you are at the same level, which shouldn't be possible because he should always be ahead of you. And he just keeps jumping up to the top. And we just skipped all of Dad. Okay, now we have this part, which is called pins. We hate pins. Pins sucks. You want to wait for him to start kicking you before you hit him with one, or else it will not work. And you will just... Wow, these are the best pins of my entire life. I'm actually going to save here and see if I can reload and show you again. Pins is basically shielding whenever he kicks you and then hitting him with the pins as he's starting to try and kick you or attack you in some way. If you hit him with a pin while he's not trying to attack you, it won't damage him. I don't know why. It's stupid, but it's true. There's also RNG in where the pins are located when they fall, and he can destroy them really easily. It's just really glitchy overall. This was a really good pins that I'm showing you right now, so I'll just show you another one afterwards. And you just have to hit him afterwards, and then you're on Final Dad. I'm gonna try and reload. I guess it was this one, right? Yeah, okay. So you'll see that these pins are in bad locations now, so I don't have all 3. I'm gonna wait for him to try to kick me. And now because I don't have a third pin over here, I have to like run over here. He's gonna try to hit me. And There we go. So that's a pretty good example of like not so good pins. This is the very end of the game. This is the final dad fight. You want to not hit him straight on. You want to hit him straight and a little bit to the right, and those will give you double punches and actually kill him faster, and you'll see his life go down faster. You might also see your screen get a little bit darker. I don't actually know why that happens. It has something to do with you getting extra hits on him. So the darker your screen gets, the more hits you know you're getting on him. But I will show you. I'm actually going to save here as well. You can one cycle him. It's not very many people have done it. I've never done it. But usually you would just want to try to get him in 2 cycles. I'm doing really bad. Wow. That's not going to be... this is going to be a 3-cycle dad. Then you'll get small because you run out of power. You want to shield. Be careful of your shield because if you deplete your shield too much, he will hit you and then you can die and have to reset and do this again. So you'll see my power is charging up in the top right. And then be big again. Still want to hit him from the like top right. Oh! And that is the end of the game where you would normally split. I'm going to show you actually Final Dad one more time just because it's like a big thing. If you do 3-cycle dad, not a big deal. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. So, like I said, if you look at my control stick, I'm moving up and to the right slightly to try to get those double hits. See, my screen went dark and I did a lot more damage on him. I forget when you reload, you lose your powers. So I have to shield when he claws me. And then moving up and to the right while I punch him. And that's the end of the game. So I'm gonna turn on the volume and talk a little bit. This game is super fun to run. It's a super fun speed run. Whether you're playing as a beginner or intermediate or advanced. It can be very time consuming, obviously, as speedrunning is in general, and it can be very aggravating when you're not able to PB as best. If I can give my 2 cents on that in general, if you like running this game, first of all, join our community. We have a Discord. Obviously, you've probably seen that if you're looking at the resources page. But I don't know. I'm very passionate about the game. I love the game, and I want to help anyone that wants to run the game. Like, I'm so willing to like literally sit down and talk to you for like hours, trying to show you all the strats. I am obsessed with this game. I have way too many hours in the game. If any % is not your jive, that's totally cool. There are other categories. I run 7 out of, well, now 10 of the categories. There's any % no flying. If you suck at flying, absolutely do that category. There's all mines where you have to complete all of the mines and you can't LSD. There is cheat %, which is super fun. It's like a 20-minute run. It's super fast. There's rank 101 where you have to 100% the game. There's a new category we just made that we haven't even run yet called rank 201 where you do rank 101 but with cheats. And like, there's also a stupid category called rank 20 where you try to get rank 20 without even going into a brain. This game is so fun. There's so many things you can do with this game without having to do any %. Also, I want to tell everyone to like try not to be obsessed with getting a higher time on the leaderboards. Just try to like beat yourself. I haven't PB'd in any % in 4 months. And I would love to, but like I don't care also. Like I'm running all mines and cheat % and rank 101 and I'm getting better times in those and I'm just like enjoying the game. Because if you do one category only and you like burn yourself out on it, you're not gonna like the game anymore and then you're not gonna be able to improve. That's my spiel. If you like this game as a speedrun, highly suggest you join our Discord, talk to us, ask questions if you have them. I would love to help if you need anything. I'm Peach Love, obviously. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any comments, questions, concerns, whatever, go ahead and send me a message or comment on YouTube. Yeah. I hope you please come run the game. We need more people. It's such a good game in general, and it's such a good speed game. I would just love for our community to continue to grow. So, Good luck!